Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live.
Just let me make sure my iPod are taking here. I'm so Can you hear me, Jay Martin? Thank you. Screening from Atlanta, Georgia. Can you hear me now? I think I might have fixed the mic problem. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Yes, we can hear you. Hello. How is everyone today? How is everyone today? How is your Sunday? How has your weekend been? I am Tracey Brown, and I am Woman King. Oh, yes, I am. I saw the movie last night, and the thing that stood out to me was the makeup. The makeup. I love the makeup. That stood out. Whew. The makeup, and then the fighting. Oh, God, I wish I was a fighter. I mean, I am a fighter, right? But that kind of fighter where you're like, I would love that. I don't know why I didn't go into a field where I could just literally fight people. Why didn't I do that? I don't know. Maybe the resources wasn't available to me. Maybe it wasn't a good look for a female to be a boxer or something. I don't know. But I wish that I was the woman king. Cause that Viola. Oh, child. The guns? The guns? Oh my goodness, the guns. Oh, your hair looks good. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you, Jessie May. Good morning, good afternoon. We're still morning over here. And the Mystical Misfits. How is everyone doing today? Hi, Musings by Monica. Oh my God. So, Musings, I meant to text you, but since you're on, I'll just tell you. It was so responsible of you to say that the cards favored Candace. You're like, these cards aren't that bad, even though she's a bad person. You know, you have to trust the cards, and the fact that you stated that was so good. So, Musings by Monifa has a YouTube channel, and she just did. Oh, she just did something on Candace Owen. Very, very responsible reading. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Very, 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 very responsible reading. Hi, Chantel. I've been waiting for you. Oh, girl. Dude. I'm sorry, not girl. Dude. Let me tell you something. So, the first thing I want to talk about is, did Stephen ever apologize? Does anybody know if Stephen has apologized yet? Or is he waiting for what? Does anybody know? Doesn't he work today? Isn't today like Super Bowl Sunday or something? He has apologized in the past. So we do have a record of him taking back his word, right? So now we want to see if he's going to take back his word on M.A. Unduka. Listen to me. I'm a trained fighter. Oh my God. And I took kickboxing. Oh my God. And I took Taekwondo. Oh my God. Why didn't anybody tell me to do this? I think I would have loved it. I think in my age, I probably could still do it. There is a kickboxing place of all fucking things in this town. There is a kickboxing like training thing. I could go when I get a car. I'm not doing nothing without a car. I'm so jealous, Jessie May. Good for you. I think every girl should take karate, of course, taekwondo, kickboxing. I think every girl, right? Not soccer, right? I don't believe in that. Take something for defense training. That's what I believe in, right? I'm just saying, if I had a little girl, that's what she would be doing, defending herself. Hmm. Go see Woman is King. I am going to see it again this Saturday because I deserve to give myself that energy. I walked out of Woman is King like I was a badass. I walked out walking in these mean Caribbean streets like, you want to fuck with me? You? Nobody was bothering me. It's not that kind of town. But I walked out like I could kick ass, and I think I would have. I would have kicked anybody's ass if anybody bothered me, but nobody did. Hi, Cherise. Good morning. Hi, Shantae. Good morning. So go see Woman is King. I feel like it was me. I feel like it was the person that I was always trying to wake up to, right? The person I always wanted to be, right? So I'm going to do my ancestry because I now want to know who my tribe is. Ancestry, African ancestry. African ancestry is a little expensive, but it has to be worth it. I've got to know where I come from. I already know I have like seer and witch in me, right? I get that. I just want to know if I'm a fighter too. But you know, if you got seer and witch in you, don't think that that's not a fighter. We just fight with herbal magic. That's all. True. True story. We're fighters just with like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Stephen King, are you going to apologize? Do you guys understand how bad this story is? Have you guys heard? Does anybody know the truth, and nothing but the truth, allegedly? It's bad. Do you guys know the story? It's bad. So it turns out, do you guys know the story? Because I think you guys are a little delayed. So I'll pull the cards to see if any of you guys know the story, and then we'll talk about it. All right. Will Stephan Smith apologize for coming out his face when speaking about Ime Unduka? What happened? Okay, Jesse, let me tell you something. It's nothing that you expected. So, the first thing we heard is that he was getting suspended for going against company policy. That's what the Celtics put out. I don't know who put out the next few statements, but here it goes. Then we heard he was suspended for having a consensual affair, right? Then we heard that there was a huge investigation started in July. Now, here's why. Because it absolutely was a consensual affair. The other partner didn't want to do it anymore. And he stalked her. He sent weird text messages. He wouldn't stop. Now, I'm wondering if in his mindset, right, when you know a woman is in trouble, right? Let's say you're the one having an affair and she's married. He's not. Remember, there's a huge difference. She has everything to lose. Apparently, she's the VP of Finance's wife. She had everything to lose. So let's just start there. One, she had everything to lose. So he could stalk her because she would be afraid to say something. Do you understand what I'm saying? Also, that's the first thing I'm saying. Also, he could have been jealous of the VP of Finance, right? So that's how the affair could have started, out of not liking the dude, so I'll take your wife. She fell for it and then realized she was sleeping with a very, very sick man, right? One of the players found out about it, and just what he found out about wasn't the affair, it was the harassment. So he's the one that spoke up. Now, it's my understanding he's a bit of a freak. There might be some pregnancies out there and other women. So he's a bit of a corn dog freak. This guy is a D apostrophe apostrophe K. He is disgusting. But Aaron, if you bring up white, then that becomes, you keep changing the narrative. Look at the man that did this, right? It's not, and of course she's white. We have to stop the bullshit. It's not that. Stay focused on a man that did this to a woman now. The white has nothing to do with it. He's a cornball stalker. And I wish you guys would grow up and know the difference between, is it a white black thing always? Always? Or when it starts to unravel, can you hear the truth? So who do you want to blame that he chose to sleep with a white woman? Why aren't you blaming him? So let's be mindful that it's not a black white thing always. Maybe it's a man that's crazy. He's crazy. No, the Quancha. She goes, do you think that Stephen A. or Stephen Smith was the first reporter to get wind of the information, but got upset that somebody else beat him to the punch and reported? No, his reasoning for being so upset had everything to do with a black man getting put on blast, that they wouldn't do for a white man. No, he's crazy. Hi, Sophia. Good morning. Good health. Right, you agree with me, right, Jesse? Let's not always make it into a white thing, right? That's not this channel. When I make it into a black-white thing, listen to me. Listen to me. But everything can't be black or white. He chose her. So how is it anybody else's fault? He chose her. He got in bed with her. That's not a black-white thing. That's a consensual She liked black men, he liked this woman, and presumably that she's white. We still don't know. We still don't know. It's presumed, and I apologize for even presuming, because it turns out all the girls in the Celtics that work for the Celtics, most, if not all, were being harassed by the media, with everyone speculating, what you did it, you slept with him. Come on, guys, come on. A man went batshit crazy, and the women are at fault, white or otherwise. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. Well, yes. So initially, they both had an affair. They both were wrong. Oh, I got you for the affair. She didn't want it anymore. What part of no was he missing? Thanks. It was great. I'm done. Imagine having sex with someone and finding out that he's crazy. Has that ever happened to you guys? You're in the middle of having a relationship, and you discover the man you're having a relationship is crazy. You don't want to have sex with him anymore, right? Okay. Turns out she said no, and remember, harassment begins when one party says no more, and you're supposed to stop. The other party is supposed to stop, male or female, right? When you don't stop, it's now harassment. He was sending her harassing text messages. Hi, Black Love. Good morning, Tracy and fellow light workers. New Moon Sunday. It's in Libra, too. Got it, Tress. Got it. People call Stephen A. Smith. Got it. Okay, got it. So, Stephen Smith, Thomasina, exactly. That's why you never judge a book by its cover. Just don't. All right. Stephen Smith had a full meltdown. What bothered me about Stephen Smith's meltdown is he took it way too personal. I mean, Matt Barnes gave the same statement in the beginning, like, I'm really feeling uncomfortable. Like, is it a black thing? Matt Barnes gave a very healthy initial statement. It was healthy. It was concerning. He had concerns, right? Until he found out what went down. Stephen A. went the fuck off, and on public TV, live. How does anybody respect Stephen A? I'm really concerned about his level of privilege. Like, it's okay to be angry, right? But I have to tell you, Stephen, I know you do sports, but there are so many other things that you could be honestly angry about. Police brutality, yada yada, boom boom boom. I would say take that anger, I'm like angry about racial disparities, and kind of put it somewhere else, unless you honestly can enforce a difference, right? And I'm not sure if your word as a sports commentator can make that big of a difference. Stephen, I think you're a token. And I think only as of recently have you found your blackness. But I think you're a token. And you know what I mean when I say token. I think that this was never about inmate, your blasphemy of the NBA. I think this was about you. I think you have some hidden stuff out there. I think people should investigate your history. Yep, I think it was all about you. And that if something were to come out, you would want to have it kept quiet. And I think you're on the verge of discovering that somebody's about to blackmail you too. Oh, ESPN took the video down of the argument. I remember watching it, and all of a sudden they made the video private. Yeah, that's okay. Other channels recorded it. Don't worry. Other channels recorded it because I saw it on somebody else's channel. Let me see what everybody's saying. So how did the player know about her text? Was she sleep? Shell, my God. Relax, people. No one knows the whole story. You guys are making things. Oh my God. I'm trying not to get upset, but I'm just shocked at the level. Listen, no one, Shell, no one. You know, there's only a few times that I have to say, sometimes I don't like my job. This is one of them. Everybody zip it. Zip it. Just zip it. Zip it. Except Chestnut J. What did Matt Barnes do? Matt Barnes can't talk. He drove 95 miles to his estranged wife's home to beat up his former teammate, estranged wife's lover, Derek Fisher. Uh-huh. Are they all crazy? All right. All right. Shell, I think I need to block you because I can't prove some of the things that you're saying. And sometimes I will spit out something and I don't want to spit out anything. So I'm going to put you in timeout. And when you do come back, which I hope you do, zip it. My God. All right. So, girl, Matt Barnes is a mess too, huh? I don't follow sports, so this is all brand new to me. I'm looking at something simple. I'm looking to see if Stephen A. will apologize once all the information just pours out. I get inner sanctuary, right? Look at this tree around the throat, right? And it looks like a bonsai tree, but the way I see it sometimes, it's containment, right? Containment, because what's coming from the throat is wonky, right? It's growth there, so Stephen has great potential, but he's got to watch his throat. He's got to watch what comes through it, right? Let me see what everybody's saying. All right. Dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. I feel like, let me just look at one more card, then I'll tell you. Facing fears, subconscious release healing. There's something going to come out about Stephen, guys. There's something that's going to come out about Stephen, and the way I see it, it kind of has to come out. I think Stephen has pissed people off now. So, oh my goodness, my makeup is running. So, let me see. I'm going to take this off because my makeup is running. So, whoever he pissed off, right? Stephen, good luck. Because they're very, very sick of you right now. Very sick of you. So, the rant really was about something he has going on out there. And I promise you guys, it will come out. It'll come out because it kind of has to come out. He forced their hand. And let's remember something, right? This is a huge organization made up of the one percenters. The owners are a part of the one percenters. They can take Stephen down on a dime, especially if he already has a history out there. He took Martin Luther King down, right? They wanted people to know that Martin Luther King had an affair, right? Stephen's easy. Destiny. Destiny is really the wheel of fortune, right? And destiny means the wheel is right side up. That's when all the good luck is happening. Or upside down. That's when all the bad luck happens. Usually, destiny shows up for a 10-year span. You guys don't know this. It's a spiritual thing. It's and then sometimes oh, I think there's black magic against me. No, there's no black magic against you. It's how the wheel turns. And the wheel tends to turn at a 10-year span. 10 years of amazing life, 10 years of downside. And what you do in the 10 years on the downside determines your next 10 years on the upside. You guys don't know this. It's a spiritual thing. You guys think having bad luck or having bad situation, God's not listening, this, that. No, it's a kuda matata. It's the cycle of life. It's the cycle of life. If you only had good things happen to you, you would not care about others. Sometimes when you have bad things happening to you, you talk to other people, you pull each other, you help each other, you ask for help. And most importantly, you remember that God is there. Okay, this is turning spiritual, but I'm sorry. When things are good, Stephen, you don't care about others. The only thing you care about right now has nothing to do with inmate. Has everything to do with you getting caught. You're on the bad side of the cycle. Why I say that is because somebody in authority is going to make sure you're on the bad side of the cycle. I think your job is on the line, Stephen. And I think if you're like most, is he NFL? Did he ever do NFL? Where did he come from originally? Most sports people don't have the wherewithal to take their money and invest it in something else. Most sports people spend their money and they spend their current money. I know, I hear you, Shell. If you don't stop trying to be right, I'm just going to block you. I hear you. I don't want to invest in it today. That's what I'm saying. If it comes out in my reading, then we'll discuss it. But you can't make me say something. Okay, you didn't offend me. You just can't make me say something about Stephen A. Smith on this channel today. It's a spiritual thing. You don't understand the spiritual thing. Maybe you need to go to somebody else's channel. I'm not doing this with you. So you're going to find a way to grow up spiritually, or you're going to go to somebody else's channel. This is not the channel. I'm in control. He was a writer in Philadelphia. Mm. Hmm. Mm. Okay. Oh, he pissed someone off in the ESPN organization on a dime. Yes. He mostly covers the NBA for the most part. Okay. I get triumphant in success, not for Stephen. The authority is going to get triumphant in success. Oh, is he a little guy? He tried to play basketball but couldn't make it and was cut? Is he a little guy? Got it. Oh, you guys are really helping me. Stephen A. did not play professional sports. He played a little college basketball, but he was not good at all. That's what they saying about you, Stephen. People know your business. Um, He tried to play basketball, but he couldn't make it and was cut. That little bitxh. Stephen got his basketball coach fired. I believe you. I believe you. Do you see how he can twist things up? I totally believe you. Karma, karma, you got somebody fired because you can't play basketball? Karma, karma. Didn't I tell you karma can take a few years to show up? All right, she's here. See, Stephen, I don't think you get to stay. Does he have his own show? Because the other thing he did was disrespect that host. I forget what her name is, Malika or something. Like, he was yelling at her like she was a 5-year-old kid. And I thought you were supposed to be professional and be able to have debates. Am I wrong in thinking that? Does he have his own show? Because I think it has to get canceled. Ace of Pentacles. Now, I don't know what this is. I don't know if this are 3 women that could come out of the woodwork about Stephen. I get the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, it's in a past position, right? So the way I see it, the establishment, I'm going to say, of his show was like breaking ground. And it served his purpose. He should be very proud that he got the show. I think people loved him, like men loved him. I think he is a little raunchy, but I think he plays to the raunchy side of men, but I think they love it. You know what's interesting about this card, though, in terms of him getting his own show and breaking, I want to say breaking new ground. I don't know if that makes sense because I don't know sports, but I don't know how many Black folks have their own show, right? And I feel like this was a good step in sports and in hosting. So this is new ground. I feel like he did a good job, right? I think they pumped money into him. But what's interesting about this card is the clouds in the back, right? The sun isn't quite showing, right? The clouds are here, right? And these aren't like cirrus clouds, right? Nice puffy clouds. No, these are ominous clouds, right? Kind of daunting. Dun 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 dun. That tells me that every show his arrogance showed through. Every show he got more cocky. Every show there might have been something where he was feeling his ass. Now I do get 3 women here. And I'm going to say this could be 3 women throughout history, his history. I'm not saying that they're compacted. I'm saying that there are 3 women here. And I'm going to tell you something else. They're not all Black either. And there's some deceptive or lie that's going to come through. Where's my book? Does anybody know if he has a drinking problem? Does he drink? Because there's something that's going to come out. Okay, deceptive. This is self-deception, which he could carry self-deception. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. No, Stephen, you're not Muhammad Ali. You don't have that particular skill. You never became a basketball player, from my understanding. So no. Secret truths. unforeseen or unpredictable dangers, um, overwhelming emotion, a little neurotic. Does he have mood swings? You guys watch Stephen? Does he carry mood swings? Hidden enemies. Ah, here it is. Self undoing. Self undoing. Hey guys, can I ask you a question? Could a surge protector lose battery, lose steam? A surge protector, could it not charge? Like it presumably looks like it's charging, but it's not really charging. Is that possible that a surge protector, maybe a cheap one, could lose? All right, just let me know what your opinions are. Um, there's some confusion out there. There's some confusion. Let me tell you what I think this is. I think there are many stories out there, and they're like, which one do we choose? Huh? Do we go big and send him home, or do we start with little ones like domestic violence? And then do we bring drugs in? And then do we bring in the banger? There's so many stories out there about Stephen. Does anybody know any stories about him yet? He can get moody. Wants to be in entertainment. He did a small stint, a soap opera prior to the pandemic. Oh, he's so gross looking. Is he little? He feels like a little man. He's tall. He's tall like a basketball player. He's a big mouth, yes. Oh, October 14th. He's almost my age. He looks kind of good for his age. October 14th. Well, I don't know if you know Libras. They do like to be in the entertainment business. And I don't know if you know Libras, but they do almost always have a secret past. I don't know what that is. What do you mean, Tracy? The information came out when Kwame Brown spoke out and broke the internet. What did Kwame Brown say? And is it in relationship to Stephen? He started, he got his career started by covering Allen Iverson when he was with the Sixers. Okay. So much. It's so much. Well, yeah, MB online. Yeah, there's something there. He's very reckless with his mouth towards ball players. He cost them millions. Cost them? He's cost them millions? Really? He's hateful. Is he hateful because he never became a basketball player? All right. Again, men do love him. Do you guys realize that? The men do love the recklessness of his mouth, and that's why he's kept the job. People are going to begin to falter what that looks like. And he, too, if he has any deals out there, much like Tiffany Haddish, the deals have to go away, right? If he has anything out there, commercial, anything, they can't show the commercial, nothing. Um, there is a man and a woman, and they know each other. They know Stephen, and they will take him down. Period. Period. All right, let me see what everybody's saying. There were whispers that Stephen A will do a rant just before a player's contract is up for renewal. and his rant, the player's conscience dwindled down to nothing. Oh my God. Hi, Miss Matthews. That's what Kwame said. Wait, what did Kwame say? I'm still missing what Kwame said. What did Kwame say? I'm missing it, guys. All right. Stephen A would Stephen A would always get on Kwame by calling him a scrub when Kwame was in the NBA. He seems to only be reckless with his mouth for black athletes. Kwame Brown pointed that out about SAS. I don't know what that is. Oh, Stephen A. Smith is a strange Libra. I don't know if there's a strange Libra. I think, yeah, all right. Yeah. I think there's a lot of unspiritualness that comes across with Libras. So I think Libras have two ways to go. You either be very, very spiritual or corrupt. And I think they have to figure out which one they feed. They have the ability to be amazing Libras, I promise you. But remember, fame, money, and attention can get in the head of a Libra because Libras are air signs, right? And you get in the head of a Libra, which isn't Ime a Libra? You get in the head of a Libra, then you believe you are all powerful. And that's the problem with Libras. But I have to warn you, it's with Libra women too. True. That's where they are identical. They have big mouths for no damn reason. And they have this grandiose belief system once they are in a position where people trust them and they can abuse the trust of others. But interesting enough, when you talk about the two men, Miss Matthews, T.I. is a Libra that is unspiritual. Will Smith is a Libra that is spiritual. Remember, I said there were two sides to Libra. Remember the scale. The scale, very much like Gemini's, the scales mean a lot. The thing that y'all aren't realizing about Libras is that the scale is never balanced. It's always tilted. Always. Will Smith, who you guys know I favor, I favor Will Smith. Do you see what he puts out there? Do you see the material that he puts out there? And there's something about him that is trying to maintain normal in his world of power. He's always trying to balance, which is the responsibility of a Libra. He's always trying to balance the ugly of Hollywood. So you will see him, challenge himself, right, to maintain that balance. T.I., on the other hand, needs to be in jail. Period. Allegedly. Yeah. Think about it. See, if y'all study Will Smith, if y'all watch Will Smith's movies, we talked about this, didn't we? Y'all cannot make me mad with Will Smith. Nope, because I have been studying Will Smith. And when I say I've been studying him, I mean from a spiritual aspect. His movies teach you something. All of his movies teach you something. Please watch The Pursuit of Happiness. Please watch I Am Legend. Please watch. Well, I just love Men in Black, and I can't with Will Smith because y'all aren't gonna get it. Please watch Hancock. Please watch I, Robot. Independence Day. I, Robot. Independence Day. I Am Legend. Those are movies that are telling you, iRobot, look at what's happening now, right? We were talking the other day, you can't even buy a movie ticket without a robot or a machine taking over, right? Independence Day was all about aliens, right? Okay, don't get me started. I Am Legend is about the end of the world. Watch it, it's coming, right? Hitch was just funny. Hitch was just a cute movie. The Bad Boy series, okay, not my cup of tea, but I love Will Smith. I didn't watch Focus. What the hell Focus is about? Oh, and 6 Degrees of Separation and Focus is about a con man. Ooh, he never plays con man, but he played two of them. But 6 Degrees of Separation was a lesson in there. He plays movies that have lessons, right? 7 pounds. Somebody watch 7 pounds. It will change your life. Oh, Gemini Man. Oh, I don't like action-packed movies, but Gemini Man was good. Wild Wild West, that was an unfortunate mistake, but Will Smith knows that at this point. There's another one, After Earth. Is that the one he did with his son? Oh, you want to watch a good movie? Collateral Beauty. Time. You're all wasting time. Watch Collateral Beauty. It's about love, death, and time. Don't get me started. Don't talk about Will Smith. Not to me. I might have to watch a Will Smith movie today. Something I haven't seen. I thought I've seen them all, but I guess I didn't. And then he has movies that he's developed, right? The Secret Life of Bees, right? All this good stuff. The Suicide Squad. He's pumped money into some movies. Now y'all know. So now Will Smith. Now Will Smith. We got a new hashtag. Don't talk about Will Smith. Love Will Smith. I don't even love stars. Y'all see the videos I do? I practically just have much disdain for them. Talk about Will Smith, and I will cut the feed. Cut it. Boom. Did you like The Pursuit of Happiness? That was good. Okay, so if you like The Pursuit of Happiness, if you like that kind of movie, DeQuanja, please, you'll love Collateral Beauty, and you will love 7 pounds. Now, y'all, we got a new hashtag. Yes, Tiffany, that's what I was trying to say. Remember the scales of Libras. Why is this off? Remember the scales of Libras, right? So the scales, you, the Libra, have to maintain the scale. The universe comes for Libras, right? Because they're beautiful people, they're popular people, they're Venus energy. You can't walk around with Venus energy and not have people go, It's up to Libra to understand the difference. If you don't understand, sucks to be you. There are two sides to Libra, right? The scale. It's up to Libra to balance all that comes at them. Jesse, I don't know his motivational YouTube clip. Send me something. Joe, what? That's funny. That's so funny. Miss Matthew says, Enemy of the State is a stone cold classic. Thank you. Hi, Melissa. Aww, how are you? Kwame pointed out that Stephen A. goes hard on black athletes, but doesn't bring the same vigor with non-black athletes. He has a Scorpio moon? He has a Scorpio moon? That's the balance. Thank God for his Scorpio moon. Because Scorpio moon people are very deep, spiritual people. The Scorpio moon saves Will Smith. You saw 7 pounds? Oh, so good. After 20 years of public silence, Kwame said he couldn't take it no more. The public scrutiny of his NBA career and even his quiet private life, it went off stocks 5. And Matt, I don't understand that. I'll post it in case somebody else understands. He's a horrible person. He speaks with a lot of anger and hate towards black athletes. Interesting. Is that why he wound up with his own show? Because he talks against his own people? He was hard on, see, I don't know this guy. He was hard on Colin Kaepernick when it came to him not only taking a knee, but the trying possibilities of him coming back to the NFL. He's a turncoat. He's a turncoat for them. He's a turncoat for authority. Well, you know what? When you're a turncoat for authority, they'll take you out. I'm going to tell you something else about authority. I'm going to tell you something else. When they choose you, they set you up. Do you understand? When they choose you to represent color, well, we got to put a black man in, so let's put a black man in. They will set you up. That means they already have stuff on him. Do you guys understand that? They already have stuff on him. Oh, low power. Oh, no. I'm so glad I did this video today. I wasn't sure if I should do it. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, okay. Okay. The Crown, Season 5. Coming to your channels. When? Must watch. It's 2 years of historical drama. November 9th. The Crown, November 9th. Don't watch The Crown unless you go see Woman is King. And let me tell you people something. And I said you people because I wanted to say it like that. Don't be a Stephen A. Support Viola, women. Support Viola, men. Take your children, people. I met a little girl yesterday. Her name was Josephine Baker. The grandmother told me her name, which is now Jackie. And then she was like, and this is my grandmother, Josephine Baker. So I looked at the grandmother and she goes, it's Josephine Baker. And the little girl was like, Josephine Baker. So I said, does she know who Josephine? The grandmother wouldn't even let me finish the sentence. She said, yes, she does. And then I looked at the little girl and I was like, yep, she does. And the boy had also a very unique name. I can't remember. Little 3-year-old boy. I can't remember the little boy's name. Oh my God. Why did I tell you guys this story? Oh, because I went to go see Woman is King. The grandmother that I was sitting next to, which is me, like I'm a grandmother. I keep forgetting that I'm a grandmother because I look so young. But I am. She saw the movie 3 times. Y'all go see The Woman is King. You will not disappoint. We have to support. Don't be a Stephen A. Don't be a turncoat. Don't you have to understand how authority will screw you over. All right. He's a horrible person. Okay. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Misha. Thank you. After 20 years of okay, I got that. Okay, new ones. Okay. I don't do weed, but Stephen A needs several edibles. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Just a New York native. Oh, who's a New York native? It feels like he's been hired to do exactly what he does. He was hired to do exactly what he does. He was hired to be a turncoat. Mrs. Matthew, I'm from Queens, New York, too. I used to like Stephen A. because he was dramatic, but after a while, he became so annoying. You guys are all from New York? I love that. Viola Davis is a Leo? How come I didn't know that? Oh my God. She's amazing. No wonder I love her. Sorry. Heard a bit about the unfortunate history behind the tribe's connection to slavery. Well, stop hearing about it. Go see the movie, because what you're I don't want to get into this. I don't want to get into it. Part of the history is exactly that, part of the history. The other part of the history is we were just picked up. Part of the history is there were some tribes that participated. But Africa is big. They took us from Mali, Nigeria, Benin. Like, every tribe did not do this. So you're right when you say part of the history. But part of what you need to do is educate yourselves. Learn about history. Please, please. You know, I heard or I read, right? It's two different places of internal belief system. Like, take in something better than what you heard. Okay? But the movie kind of explains that part of the history. Is that part of the history problematic? Yes. But if you look at that part of the history where some people sold our own people to them, that's Stephen A. It still exists. Do you get it? Do you understand? It still exists through Stephen A. No. I'm not saying that you're passing judgment. I'm saying educate yourselves. Two different things. Don't apologize to me until you come back to me and tell me, Tracy, this is what I know. It's time to educate yourselves. Time to get the truth. And I'm okay with that part of history, by the way. It's not the whole history. At some point, they came to the tribesmen and they said, we have a new land and we would like your people to be a part of the new land. And some of the tribesmen thought that they were friends. These people were friends. And some of the tribesmen gave away their, as bartering, their maids and their, even some of the kingsmen had slaves, right? It's history. Like, like, even our own tribes people had slaves, but not in a way where slaves have meaning for us. They were workers, but they could not leave the land. They couldn't just go do things on their own. They were a part of a system that was mandated. Do you understand? And so they were like, okay, take this category of people, not realizing that the kings of the tribes were being lied to. That's a part of history. There was another part of the history that helped them, Stephen A. And then there's a part of history where they just captured us and took us. Come on. And the fight was different because we were fighting with swords. They came with guns. So be careful how you speak about my African history. It's my African history. Learn it. Please. Thank you, Melissa. But I just want everyone to recognize it's not just one story. So don't believe the one side of the story. Is that part of the story true? Yes. But what if I came from a country where they didn't ask, right? Okay. Where they didn't ask and they just took people, just captured them and took them. Do you find that impossible? But it's so easy for you as an African American to believe that side, that we sold our people to them. That's so easy to believe. I mean, I'm in tears because I need everyone to understand, like, it's more than that. It's more than that. It's so deep, and it's more than that. And no one, no matter what, even if a group of people sold us, no matter what, no one knew the horrific history that then ensued for hundreds of years. Matthews. Thank you, sweetie. Beautiful. I'm in tears because the ignorance of my own people, the lack of growth, like we have to do better. You have to understand, okay, is this a true part of the story? Yes. In this particular small area, yes. Africa is huge. You seriously think that they went to all the African tribes and, hey, so the homies gave us some, so why don't you give us some? No. I believe I was taken. My side was taken. And then you have to look at the Dahomey women and the fact that once they figured out what the hell was going on, once they figured out, they tried to stop it. Like, give us some credit. Work with history. Once people figured out that this particular African tribe was literally trapping people in cages on the land of Africa, then it was like, get away from us. We will not do this. But it helps if you watch the movie, it gives you a sense of even like trying to correct a mistake in the midst of having had made a mistake. Oh my God. All right, Talisha, let's stay focused on African care. Just stay focused on what I'm saying right now, today, about yesteryear in Africa. Stay focused. I hear you, Lola. I hear you. But it's not enough. Again, I agree with you. Stephen A is a part of that tribe that is the sellout to them. So I hear you. What you should be saying is I, and that's the only way we can start. I won't act that way. And if everyone is an I person and understand what mistakes everyone has made in our culture, and we start with I won't act that way, then everything can change. Instead of saying, well, that's how it is, that's how we act. No, I will not act that way. I will not be a sellout. I will protect my Black coworkers. I will protect Black children if I work in a school system, which I know people do. I know a woman that had worked in HR and made sure she had a program for African American coming out of college interns. I will not act that way. So remember, when you keep saying, it's because some of the way, we have treated each other. Yeah, okay, and change. I am not going to do that to another woman. I am not going to do that to another person of color. Yeah, now I'm blocking you, Celicia. She's like, peace, Miss Tracy. I didn't mean to take you out of your, yeah, you took me out. That last statement, you took me out. Now you're blocked. Like, don't play with me when it comes to my people of color. Don't play with me, because we're the only ones whose history has been ripped apart. If you all were raised in Africa, you would understand teamwork and care for other women. And if there's tribal fighting, that's about territorial power. Every culture has that. Get out of here. I just blocked her. I don't have time. I feel like that's a child I'm talking to, and I don't have time for children. Thank you, Edna. That's my grandmother's name, by the way. That's a sign. Yeah, you better be looking out for your own children. Thank you, Edna. I'm not saying look out for all children, right? No one is saying that. But if you got a bus full of others and a little Black girl gets on the bus, you better be watching out for her. And you ain't got to announce it. You got to be that. Where's Shaquisha? Get in here, girl. Go sit down. You sitting? Okay. Shaquisha, where's your mama? I don't see your mama out here. Or we going to sit here for a minute till your mama shows up. You don't just drop Shaquisha off. No. No. Or the cop that literally parked his car on a railroad so the railroad could hit her. What are we doing here? That's what they do to us. We have to be like, no mas, I'm not taking this anymore. Thank you. I love that. Black history starts at home. Oh, look at you, Leisha. Oh, what a blessed history. Yes, I'm half Nigerian. I've lived in Africa as a baby with my dad, who's still there. My grandmother was a powerful spiritual lady helping going on missionaries. Boom. Boom. Oh, thank you, Muses. Muses cracks me up. She goes, speak. That part. I always help out my Black co-workers. Right. And you ain't got to make a big announcement, by the way, everyone. It's not an announcement. It's looking out. There's a way to do it. Let me see what else. Stephan Smith has major issues. Look at his past outbursts. As life is, there is no one story. Look into your own current stories. Interesting. The Home Team channel, very cogent with its teachings on Africa. I might have to start watching some content to bring it to you in a healthier manner, right? Today, I'm very sensitive today because nobody, and this makes me want to cry. Nobody's going to convince me that all of Africa sold our people to them. No one will convince me of that. That's what I think happened. At some point, there was a resistance. Once they realized that they were being caged by the water, waiting for the ships to come, because it took about 3 months to go forth and backwards. And once they
Oh, child, you know I lost my battery. Thank God they have a way to keep the system going. Let me see what everybody's saying because I disappeared for a little bit. I always help out my black workers, school worker. I'm half Nigerian. You're very blessed to have lived in the motherland. That's right. Speak. I'm a bus driver for 25 years. I love my kids. I know you do, sweetie. I'm not talking about loving your kids. I'm talking about watching out for your black kids. Two different things. And you don't have to make an announcement. I'm not saying make an announcement. I'm saying, where's Taekwon? Taekwon, why you so late? Get on the bus. My God, Taekwon. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about all kids. I'm talking about black kids. Should be an unspoken thank you, Pop of Life. There you go. It should be an unspoken way of how we move. Look out for your people. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. I know it breaks my heart when I cry because I'm trying to hold it back because I'm so passionate. I'm so passionate. I will not stand here and be black and not be 100% black. I will not do it. I will not. I will not. I will not. And that's not putting any other race down. Notice what I said. I said I will be 100% black. And no one gets to talk about my people, ever. Ever. I know it went black because my battery died. I know it went black because my battery died. No, my battery died. You guys are so cute. Glad you're back. Thank you. Thank you, Nisha. I've taught my son, now I'm teaching my 10, 11-year-old grandkids Black history and honoring the ancestors. Let me tell you something. You know, I got my grandson Ezra, right? He used to come over and we watched cartoons in the living room, right? And I'm watching all the cartoons, all the Netflix cartoons, all the Disney cartoons, and I'm watching these goddamn cartoons with him. I don't see a black face to be found. So one day I said to my grandson Ezra, I said, "Hey, where are the black people?" And he goes, "Huh?" It triggered him. "Huh?" I said, "Everything you watch, there's no black people." And he was like, "Well," I said, "Don't well me. Don't well me. Why are you not watching shows that have black children in it? Now remember, I'm placing all of this history and energy on a poor 5-year-old. I don't give a fuck. You start early. You know what that kid did? He went back home to his mama. And the next time I saw that kid, he said, Dory, I found some brown people. Let me show you. This is the funniest story I love to tell. When he found brown people, he found brown little girls. And I said, okay, they're cute little girls. I like that. Where are the brown boys? Where are the brown boys that look like you? He went back and researched and found him some black boys. And even found one. There was one show I thought it was adorable, but I was really upset because I didn't like how they took the one black girl and made her purple. And I pointed that out to Ezra. They revamped the show and put several black kids on the show. And Ezra pointed that. He goes, Dory, it's been redone. They redid it. It's brand new. Look at all the black kids. And I was like, well, look at here. Oh my goodness, look at you. Because I put inside him early. Take pride in yourself. And you should be looking at other black boys out there on TV. They don't show black boys because they don't want people to look at them with admiration. So they don't put black boys in, they put black girls in. Black girls can be sexualized. I'm just saying. Look at what they do. Thank you, Edna. Exactly. Stimulated his mind. I did. Oh, I love that. Praying over the money. I never did that. I'm jealous. Before handing it to them, set the right intentions on the papyrus. Is that papyrus or papaya? What is that? Papyrus. All right. Wow, Miss Matthews. I'm going to start praying over my money that I hand out. Although out here, the amount of homeless people, it's nothing. I rarely see homeless people. If I'm driving, then I might run into a homeless man. And there are more homeless people in Frederickson than there's a homeless coalition there than it is throughout the island. So I don't get homeless like I used to in California, which was numerous. I was in charge of the homeless, let's call it department of my neighborhood council, and it was daunting. Very, very daunting. Paper. Oh, paper. Oh, paper. I'm like, on a papyrus? The papyrus? What is that? All right, guys. We went off the rails talking about Stephen being one of them, right? I'm going to choose this one because it's hiding. I like the ones that are hiding. Stephen being off the rails. Please call me for your own personal reading, right? Call me. All right? I acknowledge your words, Tracy. Thank you. We are eternal. We didn't get along in the spirit. That's how some of us ended up embodied. Some of us incarnated just to run into each other in 3D, to unalive each other. Well, you're saying a lot, and I hear you, right? But I do not believe that we did not get along in spirit. I do not believe that. The spirit is the purest sense, right? So I don't believe we didn't get along in spirit. I think once we incarnate to the world, then the world, because we have free will, right? And in a form of free will, we take what we intended to come down to clear up, sometimes doesn't get cleared up. But in spirit, I don't believe that we don't all get along in spirit. I do believe that some of us on earth that live and die and go back to spirit I think our spirits have to be retrained and redeveloped, because we go back knowing some bad things that we did here. And so it takes a while to cleanse the spirit of some of the things that we've done here. But I believe that in spirit we all understand the purpose. But when we get down here, circumstances, people, abuses, drugs, alcohol, just gives us a different direction, and then it takes us a while to find our way back to toe the line. Yeah. No, well, I think what you're saying, like, I can understand what you're saying. I just don't believe it as an emphatic wording, right? So it's not, I don't think it's always fair to say some, not all. I believe that we all come through as babies, as pure spirits, right? We have to literally come through the womb as pure spirits. Once we're through, the soul takes on everything in its environment. And so sometimes it's just hard to maintain a good spirit depending upon the circumstances, right? And it's important to understand God doesn't judge all of that. God knows that He put you in that situation for you to overcome it for whatever reason is important to you and God, because your past life might have had something to do with your current life, right? The problem with that is how we remember. That's the problem. And remembering doesn't mean being nice, because I will kill a bitch that comes up to me, right? It doesn't mean that if I kill a bitch that comes up to me that I don't go to heaven, because it's even like part of a tribal war, death is imminent. And it's not a part of the degree that God would say, you cannot enter. When God said, do not murder, He was talking about Cain and Abel that just murdered for no reason. But there are inferences where it can be too much. Now, sometimes you could be a soldier, and in defense, war kills. But if you're that soldier that just likes to kill, and you go into a community and you as a soldier just annihilate the community, well, that's not God, even under the auspices of war. So that's what I'm saying. There's so many things that come into play that sometimes our wordings have to even come with so much caution. Like, we need to just lay back on some things. Like, everything's not emphatic. Even if you say some of us, not all, that's not fair, because there are many soldiers, and many might have to kill for a totally different reason, whereas another soldier might have come into becoming a soldier so he could kill. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? I know I went off the rails, but I want you to understand, like, our soul's responsibility, and how I promise you, we all come in pure. After we're born, it's open season on what the free will take in and learn from. We just had that little girl that killed, and she's going to jail anyway because none of us fought for her. We just had that no one remembered her story. And when you don't remember somebody's story, and if you don't stay on top of the judges and the prosecutors, then they get away with murder. And she's going to jail now. I don't remember her name. It was a little girl where she was being raped, and she killed her captive. God's not going to blame her for that. No, you kill your captive that does something like that to you. The consequences after that is that our responsibility as black folks, did we miss not taking care of her and fighting for her? Because her could be any of us in modern day time. Look at Lottie. Lottie gets it. Some act to protect and some enjoy causing harm, right? And that has to do with your soul. Got it, Miss Matthews. There you go. Don't kill in vain. Proverbs 3:30. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, you're welcome, Lola. I love that. Each life writes the script for the next. Life is a continuum. True. Eternal. True. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It's only transmuted. True. All right, again. Oh, child, we are just going off. But maybe it was needed, guys. So, I'm back to right. I hear you. That's the one I was talking about. I hear you. What I'm saying is, did we as a culture fail her? Did we, and I'm including myself, guys, right? Did we as a culture fail her? Did we not watch this story enough and not protest enough to make sure that the end result was she didn't go to jail? Did they trick us? Did they keep it out of the media? Do you understand? So that the judge could do whatever he wants, knowing damn well they were going to put her in jail anyway. Do you understand what I'm saying? It was in self-defense. But is it in self-defense when you're white or is it in self-defense when you're black? The bottom line is, did we fail that little girl? But she doesn't. She gets into heaven, I promise you. But if this were reversed, Miss Matthews, and this was a Caucasian girl and a black man, what do you think they're going to say to the little Caucasian girl? You had no choice. You're free. They wouldn't even try the case. You know it. I'm not yelling at you, but I'm just saying. We know it. So my point is, in terms of what could we do better, right? We really have to make sure we're on top of things. And it's only when you watch a movie like Woman is King do you get it. Do you get the responsibility that's required in all of us? So go watch Woman is King and let the training that you've always had from your mama, she didn't know better, from her grandmama, she didn't know better, from your dad and your grand, they didn't know better. They were led by fear. But that's not you today. Today, the energy is transmuted. Is it being transmuted enough inside you? So watch Woman is King so you can wake up to your responsibility to your own culture. Thank you, beautiful conundrum. If she was anything but melanated, she'd be home. Yes, we failed her. We did. Hi, American Amy. Hi, sweetie. Well, I'm just saying, I don't know if Miss Matthews, if you're saying this is a real person or you're, my point to you is, You're right. Okay. How exhausted am I, guys? I can't believe we started out by talking about Stephan Smith and we went off the rails talking about Africa. How did we get there? Oh, I know how we got there. We got there because Stephen A is a turncoat. That's how we got there. All right. Oh, look at that. Yes. I'm not sure what's happening here when you're saying teachers, but Beautiful Conundrum is right. She needed more than just teachers. She needed us, the community, to stand up for her aggressively. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, I think you're confusing people. And Miss Matthews does agree with you, Beautiful Conundrum. Good, good, good. Stay focused, everyone. Stay focused! My God, people. This black community is very exhausting. Oh my God, I'm exhausted. Y'all are gonna make me drink wine early today. I don't even have wine. Damn it. What do I have? Get some coconut rum. I really don't want to drink coconut rum. I think coconut rum is making me dehydrated. I think so. All right. I need something. Y'all have exhausted me today. All right. Whew, after all that, call me for your own personal reading. 213-458-7408. Listen to me. Final outcome. Thank you, Nisha. Oh, I'm going to start my candles up again. This time they're going to be Halloween orange for creativity, but still going to be Halloween orange. I wish I could make a black one, but they would not let me make black candles. So Spirit was like, black, no. Of course, health. Remember, health is always mandated. And I'm thinking money. Either money or power. I don't know which one you guys want, but I'm not doing both. So the new is going to be Halloween orange. I'm going to choose money. Money and health. Miss Gerson goes, girl, drink some wine. I'm going to join you. Please, I need some wine after this. Y'all just drove me crazy today. Oh, look at my my basil. Look how the basil loves me. Basil loves me. Look at that. I think this is Tulsi. I'm not sure. It's a form of basil, and this is regular basil. All right, I'm over it. Right side up. Child orphan. Child orphan. Independence based on learning to go it alone. Conquering fear of survival. Does Stephen A believe that he is alone in this world? Nobody understands me? Is that Stephen A? Child orphan. Orphaned. Can't be a good thing. It means abandoned. This is apropos for Stephen. He didn't get to become a basketball player, so he feels abandoned. By the way, there's a thing about abandonment in Love is King. Woman is King. You're gonna love it. Best known pattern in many fairy tales reflects feelings that aren't a part of your family or tribal spirit. See, he wanted to be a basketball player. He couldn't be a basketball player, not because nobody wouldn't take him. You're not good, Stephen A. You're horrible at it. What, did you just want them to give you a job? No, you have to have a skill to do the job. You don't have the skill. Nobody abandoned you, Stephan Smith. You're a child in your mind. Well, they didn't take me, but they took other black athletes. I'm going to make sure I become a sports writer and then a commentator, and I ruin other black basketball players' careers because I'm evil. That's not me, Stephen. That's your spirit talking. Helps develop psychic independence based on personal judgment and experience early in life. Evaluate your childhood, particularly if your painful history arises from the feeling that you were never accepted as a basketball player. Stephen A. Smith. Do you guys understand it? No, sweetie. Maybe he does, but what does it matter? We'll start at basketball, right? Doesn't matter if. How tall is he? He looks like he's a little guy? Does he have little boy syndrome? Little height syndrome? How tall is he? All right, who cares? Who cares? How does that excuse his ugly behavior today? Oh, go girl, go girl, go girl. I'm watching Woman is King and I'm wearing all white. Oh, you go girl. American Amy, it is sad. It's all sad. It's all sad. Thank you. I needed this. I know. I actually needed this. No, he's 6'1"? He looks so tiny to me. So he's 6'1" and can't play basketball? Unheard of. Then he must be a really bad basketball player, child. 6'1" and can't play basketball? Now y'all already know. We already believe you got the height, go play basketball. I think basketball would have given him the full attention, the prowess that he needed. And not letting him in, I feel like he never manned up. That's what I feel. Like, how dare you judge me? Right? So, he's the type of person watching games and going, I would have done that so much better. Like, he's like Trump, right? Right? So, okay, listen to this. So, Trump wasn't invited to the Queen's funeral. Biden, of course, was. Now, I'm not sure where Biden was seated. No one cares. We saw Biden come in a special car, and the other prime ministers and so came in on a bus, right? I don't know where Biden was seated, but Trump said, if I was invited, I wouldn't be way in a back like Biden. Stephen A. Smith. I would have thrown that this way and that way. None of them can play. I would have played it better. I know what I'll do. I'll become a commentator and ruin everybody's career. Unconsciously, he said that. Purposely, he did it. I can't drink eggnog. He's giving me 5 feet tall syndrome, right? All right, guys, we can go on this forever. Thank you for letting me tear up today. There's just a lot going on in terms of like black hair. I really, really, listen, you guys talk to me when you guys, one, watch Woman is King because it's out right now. And two, when you get some history. So if anyone gets any history, IG it to me, DM me, or post it in this video, or some of you have my text number, text it to me. Let's start the education at home. How's that? Let's start it where we can. Let's Zoom our own CRT. How's that, everyone? Oh, thank you, Miss Matthews. Thank you. Yes, a glass of mimosa Sunday. Ciao, I know. It's early. It's already 1 o'clock. And if I go out in the street, I just don't like to go out in the sun. I really have to plan my days. I don't want to go out to have lunch. Because I like to have lunch and have a drink with lunch, but I'm not doing it. I'm going to keep my ass home. I'm going to watch, what am I watching today, Melissa? Today I'm watching Constantine with, what's his name? Oh, good. Today I'm watching Keanu Reeves. I love Keanu Reeves. All right, are we good, guys? And I have a back massage. I'm gonna put my back massage on, and I'm gonna watch on my TV that you all brought for me. I'm of gratitude. I didn't know I needed a TV, but I did, and I love it. Oh my goodness, it was forced, and it turns out I love it. Thank you, everyone. It was just the kindest gift ever. My favorite movie. I'm watching it today, Melissa. I'm watching it today. Don't worry. I'm going to watch it again, too, George. Oh, are you? You're going to watch it again? Okay. And if any, please go watch Woman is King. If you're not going anywhere today, watch any one of Will Smith's movies. Collateral Beauty, 7 Pounds, I Am Legend, The Pursuit of Happiness. And Edna says, thank you, Miss Matthews. And if you guys got some history or education on black hair, DM me, text it to me, or put it down here, okay? Let's start educating ourselves. Jasmine Blues on Netflix is amazing. All right, I'll consider it, Sylvester. Thank you. Stevens. Sugar Chris, you came in late. There's definitely some stories that's going to come out about Stephen. Stephen A. Smith, she says, was recently exposed for being involved with the female co-host himself. That's Sugar Chris, you came late. I said that is what I believe his rant was about. It was personal. It was personal. He was more upset, not about the suspension, but that the information had come out. And I said it felt personal. So thank you, because that's a confirmation. Oh, girl, please. No, you actually came right on time, because I said this earlier, but I was just waiting for it to come out. Now you done brought it to the table. Thank you. I knew it. Because it was too much. But the way I get it, there's a couple of stories out there. Maybe at least three juicy ones. I just want some cereal. Child, go get some cereal. Good night, everyone. I love you. Enjoy your Sunday.
Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live.